Hello. How's things going, guys? It's Saturday. We're back in Kingmaker again, and I have no bitrate. A great way to start the stream. Hello, Taco Master. How are you doing? Hello, Grand Penguin. I see you in there as well. Hi. Hopefully, you guys can actually hear me. I have no idea, because I've gotten conflicting information when my internet is doing this. So I'm going to keep talking as if I can be heard, but I'm not going to progress and actually hop into the auto builds. Hopefully my internet sorts itself out shortly and we can actually get started. But until then, I'm going to keep talking. Words. I had a thing that I wanted to talk about, and then I forgot about it. Well, Oh, so actually, there is something. This will be the final day of the Auto Build Judgement series. The final day. If you notice, we only have 2 names in the title today. Normally we have 3, except for the days where my internet actively prevents me from getting any more than 1 or 2 out. We actually have 3 on there today. Or I'm sorry, 2 on there today. That is because there's only 2 left. There is only 2 more auto builds for us to get through before we can actually, well, before we actually finish this series. And that means that after today, we get to have 2 days a week of just unfair speedrun stuffs. We'll be swapping over our Saturday streams to be more speedrun routing, speedrun attempts, and all that good stuff. My internet seems to have gotten less consistent, and we're back down. We're down to 0. We hit 0. Hello, Destiny calls you. How are you doing today? I don't even know if you can hear me. I actually have no idea. Where's Tehara? Tehara's over here, right? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, because my internet is being such shit today, right now. Yeah. I don't even know if you can hear me. It'll probably be delayed as hell. That's probably what's going to happen. But I honestly couldn't say. I actually have no idea. I have no idea what's happening right now. On y'all's side. But the 2 that we are going to be doing today, we're going to be doing Tehara and not Cephal Lorentus, Maegar Varn. Those are the final 2. Those are the last 2 that we have to deal with. Once we finish with those 2, we will be done with the Auto Build Judgement series. Man, this is super cool that it's doing this. It has been consistently shit. Let's see. Well, let me try something real quick. Let me try a thing real quick. Let me see. I don't expect this to do anything at all, but we will see. Yeah, couldn't identify. Yeah. I think what I need to do is I need to just start raising hell with my ISP. I've been kind of hoping that this would fix itself, because I've had this issue pop up a couple of times in the past, and it's always eventually just fixed itself, and I didn't have to really worry about it. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case this time. There will be days where I am consistent, where my internet is fine, where we can actually have a good back and forth and a conversation. But that is not the case anymore. That is not the case consistently anymore. And that is an issue. That is a problem that needs to be dealt with. I'm still just fucking rambling. Hope reconnection successful. I'm glad I got a reconnection successful notice, but not a disconnect notice. That's cool. But it looks like we might be good to go. All right. I'm going to tell everybody refresh to make sure the stream isn't uber delayed. All right. I think we can actually get started. I have been live for 16 minutes, and this is the first moment where I've had a stable connection. Thanks, Spectrum. Y'all are the fucking best. Oh man, I love Spectrum so much. They are such a good company that gives quality, consistent connection to the internet for the people that pay the most money for their fucking shitty internet. So I ran a speed test, by the way. While all this was going on, while it was at its worst, I ran a speed test, and I'm going to show you guys what that speed test said. So, this is what my speed test told me. This is what my speed test told me. That I have 379.54 megabits per second download and 20.65 megabits per second upload. And yet, I couldn't get a consistent 7500 bit rate for my stream. That's fine. That's fine. But now that we are stable, I'm going to stop bitching about it, and we're going to just continue on. So, we have 2 auto builds to do today. We have Tehara here, who's a freebooter, which is a ranger archetype, by the way. I did not know that. For whatever reason, I thought that it was a rogue archetype, because freebooter is kind of like a piratey thing, and pirates are more commonly associated with rogues than rangers, I would say. But speaking of rogues, the final character that we will be doing is Maegar Varn. He will be the capstone of our Autobuild Judgement series. Because after today, it is all over. It is all over. We will be out of auto builds. Yeah, let's get started. All right, first off, what do we have going on so far? So we are level 5. And Tehara, the ranger freebooter, has... Oh, she is a Hunger Seed Oni's a Hunger Seed Tiefling. +2 to Strength and Wisdom, -2 to Charisma. +2 on Persuasion checks. And they can go invisible. Not bad. I actually really like this. I really like this heritage. This type of Tiefling. I like that type of Tiefling a lot. Alright, so we got 2 weapon fighting. Makes sense. Freebooter's Bane. I actually don't know much about Freebooter. As a move action, indicate an enemy in combat, rally your allies to focus on that target. Allies gain a +1 on weapon attack and damage rolls against the target, scaling at 5th and every 5 levels after. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Then we got double slice, yeah. So we have very high strength and very high dex. Interesting. Heavy armor proficiency, also interesting. Endurance, favorite terrain. Okay, so we get this instead of favored enemy. We still keep favorite terrain. What do we pick at level whatever? Forest. Do we fight in forest that much in this? I don't remember. Oh, hey, my internet's fucked again. Great. Great, cool. God damn it. We had like 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes of consistent internet, and then it went to shit again. Okay. Spells? I guess it is a ranger, but I guess she gives up her spells. All right. Well, while we wait for this to get fixed, I am going to go down to my ability score calculator, and we're going to figure out, are you... Stream should be back up. If you do not see it yet, you obviously can't hear this, but you should refresh just in case. Just in case. Wow, really? YouTube? You want to, like, maybe actually do the thing? Wait. Nope! Cool. So all that did nothing. We still have a 1 bar connection through OBS. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? We're having some major fucking connection issues today. Every Saturday. I hate this so much. There's like literally nothing. There's nothing I could do. There's literally... I've been streaming for 30 minutes. I've been online for 30 minutes. And I have gotten 3.5 minutes of actual stream time. And there's literally nothing I can do. I just have to wait and hope that it fixes itself. That's all I can do. I literally cannot fix this issue. Yeah. Is there... All right, let's just quit out of a lot of different things that I don't need at the moment. That up. Discord can go away. Remember if I even need... Damn it. Yeah, we just don't have any. That's fine. I didn't need a connection. Can't identify the problem. Oh, wait. We're getting into the high bitrate numbers, so looks like we'll have another 3 minutes of actual stream time here shortly. Maybe, possibly. Maybe, possibly, we could get caught back the fuck up here in a moment, and then we can actually have a stream. I don't know. Fucking hate this. I hate this so much. So stupid. Ah. Okay. Well, maybe at some point in the next 10 minutes I'll have a consistent bit rate and we'll be able to get this stream started. A half hour after I go live. Well, so what's happening? Let me just take a look. Do we actually have a stream? Do we actually have a connection right now? Oh my fucking god. We have a green connection. Quick. Okay. So. Oh, wait. 59? I'm like, my eyes are basically glued to my fucking bitrate counter on OBS right now. Like, I can't really focus on anything else because that fucking number has been the bane of my existence today. Uh, but, 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 it looks like we might actually have a connection for now. So, I'm going to continue with the auto build judgment until I can't. So, we have 2 weapon fighting, we have double slice, we have weapon focus dagger. Yep. We have heavy armor proficiency, which is a very strange thing to deal with, right? Heavy armor proficiency dagger user. That just seems very, very strange. And then we have improved to weapon fighting here. Now, while I was down, while the stream was dying over and over again for the last 35 minutes, I checked. This is a 20-point buy. She has a Belt of Giant Strength +2 on. So this was a 15 strength to start with before the bonuses of her racial bonus plus the belt. Dex of 16, con of 12, intelligence of 8, wisdom was 14 because she has a +2 for her racial, and then a charisma of 8 before the racial modifier. We are focusing on perception, lore nature, trickery, which is not a class skill, so that's a bit gross, and then athletics. Oh, and she's putting points into strength. So her level 4 point went into strength. The fact, well, her skills are fine, I think. Trickery not being a class skill is a bit rough, but I think because of her high dex, I think it's fine. Perception is perfectly fine. Like it's a good one, right? Especially since she has a pretty decent wisdom. Um, Lore nature is fine again because she has a pretty decent wisdom. Um, and then athletics. If we were gonna have a 3 and a 6, I think I would have preferred the 6 to be in athletics and then the 3 in trickery, because you know that just it's a bit of min-maxing there. But if this is supposed to be our trickery person after you lose Maegar in the actual story, then that's fine. And yeah, we get improved 2-weapon fighting here. Hammer the Gap sucks. Hammer the Gap sucks. You should never get it. If you're going to get Hammer the Gap, you never get it this early, because it's going to it's fucking trash. Yeah, it looks like we're all good now. For now. For now. For now, we're good. For now, we are good. Hopefully it stays that way. Okay, so we do actually get spells. You get spells. Oh, no, wait. Why was it selected on level 0 spells? No animal companion plus Hammer the Gap equals dead build. I mean, you could go without an animal companion and you should be fine, right? I mean, most classes do. But Hammer the Gap at level 7 really fucking sucks. It really sucks. There's so many better things to take than Hammer the Gap. We don't have, wait. Where's the, oh, it's Piranha Strike. That's what it's called. If you're wanting, hold up. Oh, we wouldn't want Piranha. I guess we would want Power Attack, right? Because we're using Strength. Yeah, so no Power Attack, which if you're wanting to get damage, Power Attack is going to outstrip Hammer the Gap every day of the week. Like every day of the week, you're going to get more out of Power Attack than you are with Hammer the Gap. It's just that's just how it's going to go. Strength Rogue is weird. This is not a rogue. She's a ranger. But I talked about this while my internet was all flumpy. I always think I did the same thing, is basically what I'm getting at. I definitely thought that this was a rogue archetype, because when you think freebooter, you think pirate. When you think pirate, you think rogue class archetype kind of thing, right? But yeah, freebooter is actually a ranger archetype, not a rogue archetype. But yeah, Hammer the Gap is trash. The rest of the build I'm actually kind of okay with. Heavy armor is really weird. Like a heavy armor dagger user is just such a fucking weird combination to me. Just does not make any fucking sense whatsoever. Favorite terrain, Highlands. I don't know what kind of terrains we have in this DLC. I do not remember at all. I know that there are some Highlands maps over in the Varnhold area, so if you do fight on those, that's fine. But I can't remember. She's leveling Dex? Wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Wait, so that fucks up my calculator. So that means that strength was at 16. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter because they were both 16. So what the fuck is this build? This build is weird, man. This is a weird one. What the fuck? Wait, why would you level Dex? She's a heavy armor user. And she doesn't get armor training. So it's not like she's going to be able to use this Dex for her AC. Although I get... Wait. Improved critical dagger. That's fine. Daggers are 19 to 20, so that gives it to 17 to 20. Evasion is fine. I mean, it's not a choice, so it just is. I'm incredibly confused by this build, and then greater 2 weapon fighting at level 10. Okay, so if we just take a look at the 1 through 10. So if we look at the 1 through 10 of this build, and also let's just double check, you know, breastplate does have a +3 max dex bonus, but that's also only medium armor. If you're going to heavy armor, what's the highest max dex? It's like a 1 or 2, right? Am I dead again? Fucking. Oh. Pathfinder heavy armor. Armor and shields. Heavy armors. Yeah, the most you're going to get... I mean, you can get a +3 in the tabletop, but that's not going to be a thing here. There's just no point in me even talking. There's just no point in me even talking, I guess. Yeah, because YouTube... Wait. I actually don't know. I'm just going to start waving my hand back and forth, and I'm just going to look at the stream preview on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is just a spinning circle. Twitch is also just a spinning circle. Hooray! Oh, was this actually just like a minute or two of my internet being shitty and not 15 fucking minutes? Are we actually back already? Are we back already? Oh my god. I love that the stream preview is like so far behind. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And I'm waiting. And I'm still waiting for the hand wave. And I'm still waiting for the hand wave. And I'm still waiting for the hand wave. I'm still waiting for the hand wave. I'm still waiting for the hand wave. I'm checking the fucking live feed on the YouTube channel. And it just never happened. I think it... Oh, the Twitch live feed just had the hand wave. I think that was like over a minute of delay. Jesus Christ. And I have no idea what it was on the YouTube side of things. Because I literally, every time I click live, it just immediately goes off of live. Like, I literally cannot have a live feed on my YouTube channel for some reason right now. It's fucking weird. It's really weird. Okay, Twitch seems to be caught back up. Oh man, your internet seems to be shit right now. Oh, thank you, YouTube. I was unaware. But it does look like we are back for the most part. And yeah, so while I went down, like while my internet was down, I did a quick Google search. I looked up heavy armor. Right? She's a heavy armor user. She took a feat for that specifically. So my question is, why? Why did she take that feat? What does she get out of getting +2 to dex? Well, one thing, it does allow her to qualify for greater 2-weapon fighting. However, most combat style feats ignore stat prerequisites. So you don't need that. You don't need that 17 dex to get greater 2-weapon fighting here. So that is fucking valid, is what that is. Also, if you're using heavy armor, the best you're gonna get for a dex bonus to your AC is a +1 in this game. There is a +3 type of heavy armor, but it doesn't exist in Kingmaker. It's a tatami do. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm not even worried about whether I pronounced that correctly or not, because that's irrelevant to the point that's currently being made. There is also the Oyuroi, that is a +2 dex bonus heavy armor. But again, that does not exist in Kingmaker. All you're gonna get is a +1 on your max dex bonus on your armor. So the fact that you have heavy armor and you're going so heavily into dex that you're actually putting your level up points into dex is kind of ridiculous. I do not understand it whatsoever. We also have Hammer the Gap, which is trash. It is absolute trash. And this character would 100% benefit more from just getting power attack. But let's continue, shall we? Let's continue. This is the 1 to 10 build. It's really fucking bad. I mean, like, heavy armor proficiency is really stupid. Hammer the Gap is really fucking stupid. Putting points into dex when you're a heavy armor character is really fucking stupid. You should be putting points into strength. F again? No. Don't you fucking lie to me. Nope, that's not on my end. That's not on my end. My end is consistent for once. That is you for one. It's not me. It's not me. But okay. Let's continue. Let's look at what the 11 through 20 is. Let's look at what the 11 through 20 is. So we get critical focus, which daggers are, after improved critical, they are a 17 to 20 crit range, which I'm a lot more okay with getting critical focus stuff on daggers or swords that I am on most of the things where we see critical focus, which is fucking longbows or other things that require a nat 20 crit hit. Literally nothing at level 12, but we're still boosting our dex because fuck it. Then we get Tyrant Critical. Tyrant Critical is actually one of the better ones. There's no save for it. And it unlocks Exhausting Critical. I'm actually, like, if you're gonna go for a critical feat like this, Tiring is... I would say that Sickening is probably better if you're only gonna go for one, But if you're going to go for exhausting, obviously you need to get tiring first. And exhausting is the best one out of the options in Kingmaker. So I'm okay with going with tiring. I would say that tiring is the second best, even if you don't go for exhausting. I think that sickening is better, but tiring is the silver medal. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this choice. Skill focus perception, that's perfectly fine. Perception is like the thing that this character is really good at. If you're next armor expert, they'll say that plate armor denying your ability to dodge makes no sense. I mean, it's going to vastly limit it. Because plate armor is heavy as fuck. Like, no human being is going to be as mobile in plate armor as they would be without. Like, yeah, it's just not going to happen. Because you can get used to wearing plate armor, and you might be fairly mobile in plate armor compared to other people in plate armor. But if you're talking about a person wearing plate armor versus a person not, the person not wearing plate armor is going to be able to do a hell of a lot more. Question is, the weight is distributed throughout all the body. That doesn't matter, though. You're still wearing... How much does plate armor usually wear? Weigh. Plate armor weights. IRL. 33 to 55 pounds. And that's if you're only wearing plate armor. Plate armor usually comes with chainmail underneath as a second layer of protection. So you also have to consider that, which chainmail is another fucking... It's a shirt made of metal. It's also going to be heavy. And like, if you... Like I said, if you compare the mobility of that person with and without the plate armor, they are going to be more mobile without. Also, plate armor just limits the range of motion that you have. It literally just cannot do certain things. Because the joints just don't allow for it. But yeah, like, you would A, you're wearing the plate armor. B, you're wearing more protection underneath the plate armor, right? Padded clothing, chainmail, stuff like that. Like, I feel, if I remember correctly, gambeson. Thank you. That's the term. Chainmail in place. Yeah. Exactly. So you're wearing yeah. The wearer remained highly agile and could jump, run, and otherwise move freely as the weight of the armor would spread evenly throughout the body. So yeah, that's literally what it says in the Wikipedia article. But it's always going to be less so than it would be if they did not have it. Toughness at level 15. Fine, I guess. Like, we still don't have power attack. By the way, we still don't have power attack with this character. And at this point, her dex is getting almost to match the strength, which is just like so fucking... The fact that they're putting points in the dex is so fucking weird. You're gonna get to level 20 and then it's gonna be like, aha! Our final feat. Our final feat will be weapon finesse. It's like, what the fuck? God damn you. Iron Will. That's fair. Will was the lowest of the saves. But, like, does this character actually do that much damage, though? Like, the way that this character is built... I mean, they do crit. They do have improved critical, and they do have tiring critical, which could be really rough if you get it on your other characters. So, the reason I immediately ask that is will save, to me, is always confusion. How likely are you to get confused or become insane or whatever the fuck and risk attacking your party members, right? That's the instant thing that my mind goes to when I think of will saves. Um, obviously, there's other things as well, but that's the first thing that pops into my mind. That's the immediate concern that I have. Um, but yeah. Skill focus perception. I should have actually looked. I didn't realize that this was a combat feat. I should have actually looked to see what the other options were before I was just like, skill focus perception is fine. I thought that this was just a normal feat. That was my bad. I should have actually paid more attention. Should have noticed that it was on level 14. But we can look at it here. Right. So Iron Will is okay, but we still don't have a damage boosting move. And like, that's the thing. With as many attacks as we have, power attack is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do a lot of fucking damage. So the fact that we just don't have it is really fucking kind of shitty. Skill focus, lore nature. All right, let's take a look. What do we have as our double slice, shield bash, and 2-weapon fighting, and then you get improved to... Okay, so we actually have all... Okay, so the skill focus is fine. Because the only feat that we don't have already on this list is shield bash, and we're not a shield character. So, makes sense for us to start focusing on the skill focus as opposed to the 2-weapon combat feats. Lore nature is another... Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with her taking that as our second one. Like, these two are just so much higher than anything else that we have, that focusing on these two is just natural. Get it? This is lore nature. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's fine. Favorite terrain, underground. This should be Vorticai's Tomb, right? Or no, do you not? You don't go to Vorticai's Tomb, do you? I don't remember where you actually end this DLC. I know it's in like an underground area, so that would make sense. It's not? Okay. But it is an underground area, right? So that would make sense to have underground as one of your... Improved Iron Will? That's a bit too much, I think. Iron Will I was kind of okay with. Improved Iron Will I'm not. I do not think that that's worth it at all. Again, we do not have power attack. We don't, like... This build is fucking weird. In a sunk castle? Okay. Yeah, we should have Piranha Strike. Power attack. Or hell, just get exhausting critical. And be done with it. And then Master Hunter. Oh man, look at that. We were able to finally get our decks up to match our strength. Man, that's so cool. This build is a fucking mess. This build is an absolute fucking mess. I kind of hate this build. And a lot of it is just this, right? A lot of it is just investing so hard into the decks for no reason. Like, I literally cannot think of a single reason why you would be focusing on decks on this character. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. You don't need it for greater 2-weapon fighting. With that 6 charisma. Yeah. I mean, like, I've said this before. I'll say it again. One of my favorite characters to roleplay had a 5 charisma. And that was just really fun. He was just so over. They forgot how fighting style feats were. I think that literally might be it. I think that literally might be it. They might have thought that you needed to have the 17 decks. Is it 17 or 19 for greater 2-weapon fighting? I can't remember. Greater 2-weapon fighting Pathfinder. There we go. What do you require? Decks of 19. So you actually, yeah, no. So you literally couldn't have gotten this otherwise. 15, 17, 19. Yeah. So you literally couldn't have gotten these feats with the decks that you had at this point. Yeah, I always think 13, 15, 17. And I think that's because 13 is like the prerequisite for a lot of combat feats. Like dodge, you need a 13 dex. A lot of the fighter feats, you need a 13 intelligence. For a lot of different combat feats, you need 13 intelligence. Power attack, you need 13 strength, right? So there's a lot of feats that Carter's message about charisma didn't show on my chat. Weird. Dude, YouTube chat's fucking weird. Oh, do you have top chat only marked, or do you have a live chat? Yeah, because on top chat, I don't have it either. But on live chat, it's there. Yep. Yeah. I hate that top chat is the default, too. I really wish that you could set it to live chat. Maybe you can, and I just don't know how. Because I never really looked into it, because I never really think about it. But, yeah, this is probably one of the worst builds that we've seen in this DLC, I would say. I would say that this is one of the worst builds we've seen in the DLC. By quite a wide margin. Because a lot of them have actually been pretty good. Cephal Lorentus was pretty good. Bruiser was pretty good, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was just like a fucking tank and a half. Gekkor was like actually a decent summoner, right? Well, he was like an archer that could also summon, right? So like all of these guys, these three right here, were all like pretty damn good build wise. Tehara, not so much. She's kind of a fucking like I don't know. She's a fucking goopy mess. I don't like it. I don't like it. F. Not F. But, yeah. Easily the worst out of these characters. Easily the worst out of these characters. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready to finally look at the character that the entire thing is named after? Maegar Varn, the man, the myth, the legend, the dumbass who got his entire city destroyed. Because he didn't tell that moron Wireless to get the fuck out of his area. But, let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. So, starting off, first off, let's see, is he a 25? Is he a 25? He's obviously a human. We're going to go with who man. All right. What did he put it into? Dex, right? Yep, Dex. All right. Oh, we got an 18 Dex to start off with. 11 strength. It's probably going to be actually a 19 or a 17 Dex. That's my assumption. 12 con, 15 intelligence, 9 wisdom, 14 charisma. Interesting. Okay, so does he have a... Wait. He doesn't have a belt. So this is just flat. He doesn't have any bonuses or anything like that. Interesting. So then, if we go up to 18... So we're at a 27 right now for point buy. Which is a very strange number, right? Is it 20 or 25? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where this point... Because the level 4 point is like the one bit of wiggle room that we have, and I'm assuming it went into Dex. If it didn't, and it went into like Strength instead of Dex for some reason, if it went into Strength instead of Dex for some reason, that would put us at 30. That would put us at a 30 point buy. If he has a natural 18 Dex and he had a 10 Strength and he now has 11. Yeah, we'll have to find out whenever we get to level 18. Or level 8. Not level 18. But yeah. Let's get going. Alright. So let's take a look at his skills. Mobility, trickery, stealth, very good. Lore, nature, perception, persuasion, UMD. All very good. Perception is obviously always a good choice. If you put it into int, what would that make him? So if we went up to 10 intelligence, or went up to 11, and we dropped intelligence down to 14, that would put us at a -4, so that'd be a 29. That'd be a 29 point buy. Like I said, the lowest that we can get this point by with these numbers is a 27 if he was putting the point into Dex. And I'm actually okay with him having a higher point buy. He is the main character, quote unquote, right? So I'm okay with him having a higher point buy than the rest of the characters. That'd be not so smart of him. Yeah, it would. It would be not so smart. But yeah, the fact that he's got mobility, trickery, stealth, yeah. They're all class skills. He's got a super high Dex. And I am hoping that he is actually putting that Dex, those points into Dex. Although, if he were putting his points into strength, I have a new theory. But we'll see. We'll see at level 8. We'll see at level 8. Perception, like I said, I've said this over and over and over again. Perception is always good on every character. Regardless of what your wisdom stat is, if you have an extra point, put that bitch into perception. If you have an extra point, put it into perception. I kind of wish he had put this into Knowledge World opposed to Lore Nature. I feel like he would probably, like, RP wise, it would make more sense for Knowledge World over Lore Nature, and also just mechanics wise and, you know, metagaming wise, it's stronger for him to have those points into Knowledge World. And I don't think that we really have a Knowledge World person. Do we? I guess Cephal Lorentus. Yeah, we do have a wizard. We do have a wizard who has it. That makes sense. But we got slow reactions as our rogue talent. Oh, we didn't actually even look over his feats yet. So 2 weapon fighting right off the bat, plus toughness. Yeah, I guess. He's a frontliner, he's a rogue, so he's gonna need the extra HP because his hit die are lower than normal, right? They're not like a fighter or a... I think rogue is a D8 hit die. Is rogue D8? I think it is. Fighter is D10, barbarian is obviously D12, but I think, yeah, rogue is D8. Okay, yeah, so having toughness, that kind of makes up for the lower hit die. It's probably one of the better defensive feats for him. I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't hate toughness as much as I used to. I used to be very against toughness, but the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, I mean, like, okay, so we're at level 6, right? So we're getting 6 HP out of this. What's our total? 51. So that's well over 10% of our health comes from toughness. That is a not insubstantial amount, right? Slow reactions is trash though. Don't get this. Don't get this. Don't get this one. It's really, really bad. Don't do it. Yeah, we got toughness. We got weapon focus short sword, which he is a short sword character, so that makes total sense. Double slice, again, makes total sense. Dodge. Finesse training in short swords. We are getting that dex to damage. And then you get Iron Will at level 5. Why? Damage values are not as powerful crept as in Wrath of the Righteous. That is true. Yeah. Like if you're in, I mean, depending on what difficulty you're playing on, right? If you're playing on unfair difficulty, you'll be in the prologue and you'll be getting hit for 35. So that extra health doesn't mean a goddamn thing. But if you're not playing on unfair, then yeah. I mean, I guess we do have only a +3 will save, and that's after Iron Will, so maybe that's worthwhile. But then again, if you're worried about that kind of thing, you can take Focusing Attack Confused, and then you don't really have to worry about... Because, like, if you take Focusing Attack Confused, the instant that he hits one of your other characters with a melee attack, he is no longer confused. And even if he doesn't hit one of your other characters, as long as he hits something, he is no longer confused, right? I hate slow reactions. It's such a terrible thing, because if you are paying attention to your companions, if you are positioning them correctly, there are will-o-wisps that could spook you. That is true. Slow reactions, it's not just about the confusion. I know, but that's what I always think of. I already talked about this. I immediately think of confusion. I know the will saves do other things, but I think confusion is probably the most damaging thing for it, for will saves, because not only does it prevent you from controlling your character and attacking the enemy, it actually, more often than not, in my experience, it fucking makes them attack your party members every single time. Really, lab, I wish I had that old Wolja fucking Dimadads. Yeah. But yeah, this is only useful if you are bad at positioning. If you get yourself into a bad spot. Wait, why? Why? Why would you why do you need slow react? I'm trying to remember what the demo dance have that would require slow reactions. Do they get attacks of opportunity at range? Because if they don't, you shouldn't be triggering attacks. Because like the only time that this is useful is if you're consistently triggering attacks of opportunity. If you're not triggering attacks of opportunity, DC for their adhesive is above 35. One second. Order demo and let me just shut up. I'm gonna ignore you. Oh man, thank you very much for the fucking Are you talking about the Stree Demodand? Uh we can deal with that later. Terry Demodand? Okay. That one I did just... Oh my fucking god. You stupid... Reject. Fuck you. You get nothing from me. I like how I specifically search for Wrath of the Righteous. And I get Literally nothing. Fucking hell. All right, we're just not gonna get. We're just not. I'm just walking away from that. If you fail reflex after hitting them, you lose your weapon. Wow. I mean, at that point, you just have to not. I mean, at that point, you just have to not hit them with melee, right? You just have to avoid hitting them with your melee. Um, like actually go in there, tell your melee to not fight, like give them a stop command, and then put them on full defense, while they sit there and hopefully dodge the attacks while your ranged and spellcasters take them down, right? That's how I would try to deal with that. If I was having to deal with that issue, that's how I would handle it. Just not have my melee attack. Or have them attack other characters, right? But anyway, that's not even in this game. Active turn base. Yeah, but even if you're on turn based and you send in a full attack action, they will still do the full attack even after they lose their weapon. So they would still trigger the attacks of opportunity. But you could also just tell them to not, right? You could just like end their turn. But anyway, I don't think there's anything in Kingmaker that makes slow reactions that useful. And even in Wrath of the Righteous, that's one example, right? That's one enemy that you would want to use this on. So that would be the exception to the rule, not the rule. And I don't think I would I always forgot that I need to right click to change the single attack. I actually didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could do that. So wouldn't take it just for this. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's really hard to justify taking it, especially if you're on unfair and you can't respec out of it afterwards. It's really hard to justify taking an ability for a specific enemy unless there's literally nothing else that can deal with that enemy, right? Um so yeah, I would like take a combat trick, maybe Canny Observer, since this guy is actually pretty decent at perception. Well, maybe not. He's got a 9 wisdom, but at least he's got points into perception. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to actually get Canny Observer on somebody who's putting ranks into perception. That'd be nice. Owlcat, stop giving all your bards no points of perception, then taking all the perception things. You assholes. But anyway. Let's continue to level 7. Great Fortitude. This man has now taken 2 reflex or 2 saving throw feats. No. And his fort save, well, his fort save was also trash. But so here's my thought. Here's my thoughts on this. Here's my thoughts on this. So you know what? You know what? You know what the best way to deal with things that are going to cause you to make fort and will saves? The best way to deal with this so that you don't have to worry about those saves so much is you fucking kill him. So here's the thing. If you kill the enemy, right? If you stab and then they fall over and they no longer breathe, if they're not breathing, they can't cast spells on you that would require will or fort saves. I don't know. That's my thought process on the whole thing. So I would personally prefer it if my rogue would do damage. Thank you. By the way, our rogue only has, I don't know if he can yet. I don't know if there's a well, here I have well, greater 2-weapon fighting right here. Base attack bonus 11. So let's take a look at improved 2-weapon fighting. What is the base attack bonus? 6. So we would not be able to do undead enemies don't breathe, Pondor, checkmate. Well, most undead enemies also can't cast spells, so nah. I am an adult. The dretches and Wrath of the Righteous, they make Act 1 unpleasant. That is true. Dretches are really rough. Fucking stinking cloud everywhere they go. So we actually wouldn't be able to, because our BAB would be what? It's only a +5 right now, and we need a 6. So 2-weapon fighting would come at level 9. If we don't get improved 2-weapon fighting, right? If we don't get improved 2-weapon fighting at level 9, I'm going to be very confused. I'm fully expecting to see this at level 9. Or level 8. Combat feat, improved 2-weapon fighting at level 8. That'd be nice as well. Or maybe improved critical. Improved uncanny dodge. Oh, never mind. Fast stealth. Fucking trash. Fucking useless. I hate this. 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 This is such a shit ability unless you're going for a solo build. If you're going for solo, which you can't do with Maegar fucking Varn because he's a companion character, not the main character, fast stealth is basically useless. Let me ask y'all a question. Everybody in chat. How often do you stealth your characters in these games? How often do you do that? Not go invisible. Stealth. How often do you stealth in these games? Because for me, it's basically never. It's basically never. If I'm gonna go stealth, I'm just gonna go invisible. And that doesn't require you to move slower. You can move at your full speed while invisible without any penalties. Stealth all the group, not just one idiot. So if you stealth the entire group and then you have one person who's just twice as fast as the rest of the group, wouldn't that fuck up your pathing? Right? Sneak your archers into good positions? Or to disarm traps? Wait, why stealth up to disarm traps? I guess traps that are near enemies, I guess. See, I have a very barbarian-esque solution to traps that are near enemies. I just run one of my frontliners into the trap and trigger it. Like, fuck it, I can survive. I'll be fine. You just have different playstyles, Potter? Yeah, I guess. And like, all of the scenarios that you guys just talked about, I would say one of them would require you to have fast stealth on your rogue, and that's the disarm traps bit. Basically, all of the rest of them, can't do that post-core. This is true. I am very much talking about somebody who plays these games. When I'm playing them casually, I just play them on normal. But like the vast majority of my experience is on story difficulty because it speedruns, right? But on that note, if you're using auto builds, you're not going to be playing on core. You're going to be playing on normal or lower difficulty if you're using auto builds. Playing around with the different mechanics any chance you get, that's fair. I'm the guy who tends to find a thing that works and I do the thing that works. Um, I am still very much in the fast stealth is a terrible fucking thing camp. Especially at level 8. At level 8 you're going to have the invisibility spell on one of your spellcasters maybe. And if not, well, you have a wizard in your party, right? You could buy an invisibility scroll and just teach it to him. Oh, have fun with that, Ricardo. Ugh. That just sounds like ugh. That just sounds fucking gross. Improve to weapon fighting. Hey, I called it. Patreon goal. Full unfair playthrough with just autobuilds. So the thing is, that wouldn't be impossible. You would just have to save scum like a motherfucker. It's like, all right, we got another fight. Let's quick save. Like, here's the thing. I've done two. Well, actually, technically, I've only ever done one unfair playthrough of either of these two games. I've done one on my YouTube channel. And it's still the most popular video that I have. Got like 24,000 views on it or something like that at this point. Fucking crazy. My next highest, I think, is my current world record Kingmaker speedrun, which is like 8,000 views. By the way, that's the one that somebody tried to copyright claim. Dealt with that yesterday. Motherfuckers. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I've done one run of unfair fully, and then obviously we're doing the unfair routing that we're doing now as well. I don't know how you're supposed to deal with the the thylacine fight between Restov and Oleg's when you first get out of the prologue. I legitimately don't know how you deal with that fight without just sacrificing your people, going invisible, and praying that the fucking dogs don't eat you. You're here to thanks to that unfair speedrun? A lot of people are. Like, a lot of people that watch my stuff were introduced to it because of that unfair speedrun. And I'm hoping that the new unfair speedrun will overtake it. But algorithm is probably going to be suggesting that one for a long time still. Actually, funnily enough, I had to private a couple of my oldest speedruns because they were fucking terrible. And the algorithm was still spamming them to people. Like, they were runs and videos that I did not want people watching because they were, you know, some of my earliest content. They were not good. Like the 11-hour Pathfinder speedrun, like my first speedrun of the game ever. 11-hour speedrun, right? I just the YouTube algorithm, because it was one of the only speed runs of the game on YouTube when it came out, it was pushed. And it started getting a decent amount of viewership with a paladin monk with that charisma exploit, maybe. It got that pushed. And even when I had, you know, my 3-hour run, I think at the time, you know, it's basically a quarter of the time. It is a much better run. But YouTube was still pushing that old shitty run of mine. So I actually had to unlist it. Not private it, but it's unlisted. If you go into my old PB, my old speedrun playlist on my channel, you could still see those videos, but it doesn't get sent out randomly anymore. Because I got tired of people watching that one. Man, I thought I turned that off. It should not be spamming that. I actually really hate that fucking message. It's like, yes, I like knowing that people are chatting and talking and stuff, but I don't need to know how many messages were sent. It does not matter to me. As long as people are talking and having a good time, or even if they're not talking. Like, you don't have to talk. As long as you're having a good time here, that's all I care about. But yeah, Restream's like, hey, you got 100 messages. Like, thanks. I guess. But anyway, we got 2-weapon fighting. We're level 9. Level 10, we got Advanced House. Crippling Strike, hell yeah, the best one. Well, one of the best 2. One of the best 3, right? There's 3 ones that I really love of the Advanced Talents. Crippling Strike, Dispelling Attack, and where's the other one? Oh, that one's a Wrath exclusive. Never mind. Yeah, this is one of the 2 best ones. Crippling Strike, Dispelling Attack. 2 of the single best talents in the entire game. It's just getting free dispel attempts every time you attack somebody is so good. So good. Yeah, being able to potentially kill somebody with strength damage here, also very, 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 very nice. So yeah, that is our 1 through 10. We got 2-weapon fighting, we got toughness, we got weapon focus short sword, double slice, dodge, iron will, slow reactions, which I hate, great fortitude, which I hate. By the way, I don't appreciate either of these 2. Fast stealth, which is trash, through 2-weapon fighting, which is good, and crippling strike, which is the best. So overall, I would say this is okay. I would replace these 2 talents with other things. I would replace these 2 feats with other things. Kill a Baylor with strength damage. So my first playthrough of Kingmaker, I killed the troll that's immune to both fire and no, I think I killed him with coup de grace. The troll in the House of the Edge of Time, the one that's immune to fire and acid damage. So you can't turn off his regen. I thought for a second, it's like, I think I killed him with strength damage. But no, I actually just spammed coup de grace until he rolled in that one. And failed his save. By the way, how did you all kill that guy? Anybody that's killed that troll, how did you guys do it? How did you kill that troll? Disintegrate? Oh, fair. Fair. I did that too. You did the coup de grace spam? Said it a lot of times already. That is true. You do bring it up. That's just a spell that I never really think about. And like, honestly, once you get him down, once you get that guy down, you just have like 1 or 2 characters beating the hell out of him every round so that he doesn't get back up. Oh yeah, I definitely have goldfish brain. Like, don't even worry about that. Hear the cast scream. Yeah, they're all just spamming. Yeah, because like, I don't think you can kill with strength damage from crippling strike. Wait, does it actually say that? Opponent damaged by one of her sneak attacks also takes 2 points of strength. No, it doesn't. Wait, I had that. Was I just not using knock knock in that? Or maybe knock knock died in that fight and I couldn't revive him or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember having to always remember to carry Troll Reaper around. Helps versus hard. What the hell is that? What is Troll Reaper? Ah, corrosive Great Axe. Gotcha. Knock Knock does love his dirt naps. Definitely does. He definitely loves his dirt naps. That is for sure. But yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the build, right? Let's take a look at the rest of the build. By the way, guys, if you are not aware, tonight, after the stream here, we'll be doing a watch party on the Discord. Which, if you have not yet joined the Discord, I'm going to put it in the chat. There we go. If you haven't joined the Discord, go for it. It's a fun place. Now, if you have joined the Discord, or if you're joining it right now, tonight after the stream, we are going to be watching the final Lord of the Rings movie, The Return of the King, the extended version. I will be getting that ready and set up and done. Oh, by the way, Ponder, happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, by the way, for people that didn't know, yesterday was my birthday. I am now 85 years old. No, I'm 36. Actually, no, it wasn't yesterday. It was Thursday. What the fuck? So I have been working all week. I took this week off. I always take my birthday week off of work. And because I didn't have to work at all this week, my sense of what day it is just fucking obliterated. I have not had a single clue as to what day it is for like half of this week. But yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for the happy birthdays and all that stuff. Happens, yeah. It's bad enough when I'm working because I do overnights. I was like, what day is it? And it's actually Friday because I'm getting off work at 7 a.m. and it's a Friday. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's still Thursday. Because I woke up on Thursday. Therefore, it is obviously still Thursday. And then when somebody like talks about how it's Friday, I'm like, that's a fucking lie. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, so level 11, finesse training, punching dagger. You're never going to use this, right? Nobody ever uses anything but the first finesse training. I kind of really wish that you could trade out finesse training for something else. Because how often, like legitimately, how often do you switch what weapon your character uses partway through the game? Now, I know that that's not a thing that never happens. But like, if you already have weapon focused short sword, you don't have improved critical short sword. You have hammer the gap. Ugh, gross. You don't have like improved critical or anything like that, but you do have weapon focused short sword. And you're probably gonna get improved critical short sword, right? Like as a rogue that doesn't have improved critical is a fucking heretic. There we go. That's the word. You go for the natural attack so that a wizard or alchemist can transform you. That's fair. That's actually kind of fair. It's more common on early game to deal with DR stuff. I guess you could see that. I guess I could see that. Yeah. Um. Yeah, but like as soon as you start putting feats on, like weapon focus, like improved critical, it's like, no, we're locked in. We're never changing what weapons this guy uses ever. By the way, hammer the gap is trash. Especially since we don't have fucking improved. We have access to improved critical. We also don't have Piranha Strike. The fact that we have access to improved critical and we're not taking it immediately on a fucking short sword user is really dumb. The fact that we have Piranha Strike on a character. Oh, by the way, we are boosting dex. Which means that he is a 27 point buy. Maegar Varn is, in fact, a 27 point buy. I don't know why he's a 27 point buy. You could literally drop 1 wisdom and 1 strength. You don't lose any of your fucking actual modifiers. And you would be at 25. But we have an extra wisdom and an extra strength. And that puts us to 27. Fucking weird. But anyway. Hammer the Gap is trash. Punching Dagger doesn't matter because you're never going to use it regardless. Improved Evasion, no choice there. It's just, it is what you get. Yeah. Nothing has changed with the skills. There's the improved critical. There's the improved critical. So at this point, you are like double locked in, right? You are not using anything but short swords at this point. And I'm hoping that the next... Oh, wait, no, that was a... Sorry, I thought that this was just something that you got. But that's uncanny. I always think that you get evasion as a rogue. I always think that you get evasion as a rogue. As just a class feature. Not as a choice, as one of your talents, but as a class feature. I keep getting uncanny dodge and improved uncanny dodge mixed up with evasion and improved evasion. I know that they're very different. I understand that they're very different. But my brain is like, nope. A little bit of Reddit, I found that there are two-handed finesse weapons. That makes power attack better than Piranha Strike. Yeah, there are a few. There are a few. Elven Curve Blade, I think, is one of them. If I remember correctly. Yeah, as long as you have the strength to do it. As long as you have the strength to do it, right? Like, Maegar Varn can't. He doesn't have the 13 strength required for it. But if you did, then yes, that would be a good choice. Double debilitation. Interesting choice. Oh, we still... Wow, okay. That was a thing suddenly. We still don't have Dispelling Attack. Which, like I said, is one of my two favorites. Crippling Strike and Dispelling Attack are like two things that every rogue should have on their build at all times, forever and always. It's just too goddamn strong. Familiar is also very, very strong, right? It gives you a bonus to perception, regardless of which familiar you take. And as a rogue, having a high, having any boost to your initiative is also really, really strong, because that allows you to get in and potentially just take out one of the enemies before they even get a chance to attack, right? Like if you say you make use of this fast stealth and you stealth past the front line of the enemies that you're about to fight, and you fucking full round attack their spellcaster right off the bat. Get the Bane of the Living? Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. Yeah, double debilitation is fine as well. Double debilitation is fine. And then we finally get greater 2-weapon fighting, which, look at that. We get that the first chance you get. So they're like super, we are getting this immediately as soon as you get access to the next stage of 2-weapon fighting. And yet they fucking just don't grab Piranha Strike. Like we have 2 save feats, right? At level 5 and level 7, but we don't have Piranha Strike. We have Hammer the Gap, but we don't have Piranha Strike. Piranha Strike, again, this is like power attack for the last lady. Piranha Strike, sorry, my brain fucking shut down there for a second. Piranha Strike is going to do more damage than Hammer the Gap. It is going to. So having Hammer the Gap instead of Piranha Strike is fucking dumb. Opportunist. So when I first played this game, I think I talked about this the last time somebody took opportunity. The last time, or the first time I played this game, I was using Knock Knock, right? Because Knock Knock is best boy. And I saw this. I was like, oh my fucking god. This is incredible. I sounded like the fucking... Well, that's actually a inaccurate quote, so I'm not going to say that. This is incredible. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god, every time one of my people attacks, I also get an attack. This is going to make Knock Knock explode everybody. The problem is I didn't read the last fucking sentence of this very short description. I read, the character can make an attack of opportunity against an opponent who has just been struck for damage in melee by another character. I'm like, oh my god, I have multiple melee characters. I could just put this in there, and oh my god, Knock Knock's gonna have 30 attacks per round. It's gonna be great. The problem is that that's not how this works. This allows you to get one attack of opportunity per round from this ability. One. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that. Because if you're just going to take... It's a worse version of Outflank. It is. If you're going to take something that boosts your abilities to use attacks of opportunity, get Outflank. If you want to get more attacks of opportunity, get combat reflexes. You can do that with one of these. There's these things called combat tricks. You can get combat reflexes. But what you should get is Dispelling Attack. This is a free level 3 spell. This ability is a free level 3 spell every time you attack. Every time you attack, it's a free level 3 spell. And as long as you're not focusing too hard on CCs or debuffing the enemy, there's no downside to this. Seize the moment? Yeah. Is it seize the moment? Yes. Yeah. We can take a look at that in just a moment, actually. Critical focus. Oh my god. We got critical focus. We don't have Piranha Strike, but we got critical focus. Yeah. I was trying to think of what the other one was, the one that gives you basically sneak attack, and it's Precise Strike. So where is... Wait. Is it not a thing in Kingmaker? Is Seize the Moment not a thing in Kingmaker? No way. Alright. Show unavailable. Hold up. Should be here. Oh, no, wait. It's SEI. It's SEI. Oh, because we don't have combat reflexes. Oh, so you also need combat reflexes to get this. So it has a prereq and it's just worse than Outflank. Ew. Gross. Yeah. SEI. You know. Was it I before E except after C? Or it sounded like A as in neighbor or away? Yeah. Or if it's the word seize. Thank you, English. Been speaking this fucking language for over 30 goddamn years. Still don't know how to spell anything. Language is stupid. Confounding blades. Oh my god. We're doubling down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doubling down on slow reactions. In case you want to spread your damage amongst multiple enemies at once, so that you can... It is seize? Yes, it is S-E-I-Z-E, apparently. Wait, is it actually? No. It is S-E-I-Z-E, yeah. Autumn feels just random. Yeah, like, literally, when I was growing up, that's why I was looking for S-I-E. Because that little rhyme that I said has been implanted in my brain since I was a small child. I before E, except after C, or is sounded like A as in neighbor or way. That is how I learned how to spell words that have a combination of I-E directly next to one another. Except that the word seize breaks that rule. Fuck you, English. Piece of shit. But yeah, Confounding Blades is bad. Moving on. Staggering critical. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. We got the worst critical feat in the game. That's cool, nursery rhyme. Yeah, like, mnemonics like that are super useful if you can get them in the head of a kid. Like mnemonic devices that help them remember stuff. It's so useful. A much less useful one, except for fucking old school Pokemon fans, is how do you tell the difference between how do you remember which types are physical and which types are special in gens 1 through 3? It's easy. It's all of the evolutions plus dragon is special. Everything else is physical. Nice, easy mnemonic device. He also gets finesse trading for Kukri. He can't use... Wait, he can't? Wait, he can't even use them? Wait, we've done this before. They've done this before. They took finesse trading Kukri on somebody that couldn't use them. I remember that. I can't remember who it was, but I remember that being a thing. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Oh my god. Of all the weapons that you could pick in Wrath of the Righteous and some auto builds, that would make sense. Was it Woljif? Was it Woljif? It might have been. It might have been Woljif who had the Kukri auto build. Yeah, because I remember losing my shit on that once that was pointed out. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. We got one more chance. How do you train your finesse in a weapon you do not know how to use? Witchcraft. Easy answer, witchcraft. We got one more chance to get the spelling attack. Do we get it? Do we successfully get and choose the right thing? Nope, we get Canny Observer. That's fine. I mean, like, obviously, like, the thing is, anything chosen in the last, like, 12 levels hasn't mattered. But Canny Observer's fine. Like, we got a decent perception. Yeah, we got a pretty good perception, actually. Oh, yeah, duh, because we got trap finding. Yeah, because of trap finding. Duh, of course. And that's actually going to go up to 36 once we hit this complete, right? So we go into Maegar, 36. Because it doesn't actually count. Anything that scales with your level like this doesn't actually calculate until after you hit complete level up. So yeah, we actually have a higher, despite the fact that we have a -1 wisdom mod, we actually have a higher perception than the person with a fucking 16 wisdom. And has skill focused perception. And has skill focused perception and favored terrain. Currently inactive. Or active. That's fucking. And without buffs or items, yeah. I mean, per level scaling for fucking stats or skills is crazy good. That's why trap finding is so goddamn powerful. Trap finding is really strong. Yeah, imagine if he did. Imagine if he had a decent wisdom. Like, fuck this charisma. What if he had that 14 in wisdom? And then he also had, you know, skill focus. I mean, he does have, he did just get Canny Observer, which is a +4. But even still, he would have had a 32. You would have had a 32 just naturally. And then with Canny Observer, it's 36. Then if he had skill focus, you know, that'd be 42. And then if he had that 14 into wisdom instead of charisma, the 45. That's without any items. Could potentially get this guy's wisdom to 45 without, like, majorly sacrificing anything. Because, like, charisma, that 14 charisma is literally just for RP, right? That literally has nothing to do with the mechanics of the game. Going over 40 perception is just overkill? Not necessarily. There's multiple perception checks that we've looked at for the unfair speedrun that are 40, 44, 46. No, I think 44 is the highest that we've seen. I think 44 is the highest that we've seen. What was that? What was the 44? Let me look that up real quick. I still even have this. Oh yeah, just to fight Trollbolt without any of the perception boosts. Just to find Trollbolt, or Troll Wilderness, sorry, is a DC of 44. Let's find. Actually, what about Armag's Tomb? Armag's Tomb. What is Armag's Tomb? What is the world DC? 45. So that's actually going to be a 49 perception check. It would be if we were going there before it was actually found, right? So we actually don't need that because of the current route for the run. But yeah, Armag's Tomb is a 45 if you're trying to find it without any boosts or anything. Do I have the DC for the Dragon's Lair? I do not. Oh, hi, baby girl. You gonna come up and say hi to everybody? Come on, Toby. Come on. There we go. There's my baby girl. All right, let's take a look at the Dragon's Lair, right? Ilthuliak's Lair. Ilthuliak. Let's go search that. There we go. Oh shit, this is the dragon. Okay, there's Ilthuliak's Lair. Yeah, we got a Shelby cat. That one's another DC 40. So that would be a 44 on unfair. So yeah, we got a couple of them. We got a couple of them on the interwebs. Now, it is now 8 o'clock. We have an hour left in the stream. By the way, guys, we kind of just, like, didn't talk about what just happened. We're done with Auto Build Judgment Day. We're done. This was the last character. Maegar Varn was the last Auto Build Judgment character. We're finished. Lightning Strike. We're done. We're done with it. This was what? Episode 32. We've been doing this for 32 weeks. At least, right? It would be 32 weeks if we didn't actually does not add another character. It adds more archetypes, but I don't think those aren't going to have auto builds. So yeah, we might actually be done with this forever. For the roguelike DLC in this game? I don't think so. We can actually look. We can look, because the only one would be the main characters. So it depends on whether or not they are the same characters. Beneath the Stolen Lands. Normal. Yeah, these are the same ones. Yeah. So we're done. We're done! Oh my god. Oh my god. So, earlier, I mentioned a thing. But I think that was while we were still really shitty internet times, right? And I think I've changed my mind on what we're actually going to be doing on Saturdays moving forward. Because I do like discussing builds. And I kind of want to do that more. And somebody had the idea relatively recently of what if we started trying to build specific characters from other media in this game. And I kind of like that idea. So I think starting next Saturday, we're going to start building various characters in Wrath of the Righteous. Wrath of the Righteous specifically, not Kingmaker, because Wrath of the Righteous has more options. And I think to go with the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy thing that we're doing this week, I think maybe next week we start with Gandalf. I think maybe we build Gandalf in Wrath of the Righteous next week. Aragorn? We can do Aragorn as well. I'd like to go through a fair number of the Lord of the Rings characters. I think that Gandalf's build is going to be pretty surprising to a lot of people, because I don't know if we're going to put a whole lot of levels into Wizard. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? Because, okay, so the way that I'm going to do these is I'm going to try to find parallels between things that are done Lord of the Rings characters in Wrath of the Righteous. Also, welcome back, Destiny. Sauron would be difficult. Well, actually, no, there is an amount of things that you could do even with what little you see of Sauron in the movies. Now, I would be going off of strictly the movies, not the books, because I've not read the books in a very, very long time, and for me to actually go through the books would take way too long. You have the legend option. We do have the legend option, yes. And actually, I think the legend is probably going to be the most used mythic path for a lot of these characters. Because a lot of them, like, technically Gandalf, he's what, a Maiar, I think is what he's called. So he's like an angelic being. But he doesn't really do much angelic things, right? He's Jesus. I wouldn't say Jesus so much. Like, if you did, like, I'm not a Tolkien fanatic. I tried to listen to the Silmarillion once, and oh my god, is that the driest thing I've ever heard in my life. Couldn't get through it. That's for Dragon, Selfcaster, Eldritch Knight, I've realized. I still go Demon first. Legend, it's hard to beat Legend. If you're like going for full power gaminess, it's hard to beat Legend. Legend gets a lot of stuff that's really fucking strong. I mean, 40 levels, first off. Second off, all that BA... Like, if you're a fucking melee character, all that BAB. The extra stat boosts. the actual stat boost that you get for going legend, because you get a +4, I think, to all stats by going legend. Like you get to do so much like I accidentally made one of the most broken characters my first playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous because I made a legend. It was simply 20 Cavalier, 19 Slayer, 1 Vivisectionist. Strength Mutagen, charge in, crit. You're doing 700 to 1400 damage. Like, it's absolutely bonkers how, like, I one-shot Deskari in chapter 5 on normal. It was on normal difficulty, but I one-shot Deskari on chapter 5. Cavalier Legend is insane. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And like, I wasn't, I mean, I was kind of, because I'm a power gamer at heart. And like, I don't reel that in as much when I'm playing video games. I just let myself be a power gamer. Thought my 200 plus crits weren't present. I mean, 200 plus are. 700 should not be a thing. Like, 700 plus crit should not be a thing in these games. That's insanity. But like, if you think about it, you got, oh, actually, let's pull up Vin real quick. Let's exit this game. Be gone with you, Kingmaker. I'll pull up Vin, my Cavalier. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. 700 by Act 4. Yep. First playthrough mine. Yeah. Yeah. And like, if you're trying to go for something that's not legend, it's really hard for you to get to that kind of level. Legend is just too fucking strong. Trickster greater than legend? It can be argued. Like, obviously, you lose a lot when you go legend, right? You lose 8 mythic, well, 4 mythic abilities and 4 mythic feats, right? Doesn't matter. Load game. Where's Vin? There you are. Ignore the blank character thing. I lost the portrait that I was using. Oh, Trickster into legend. Oh, okay. I missed the dash. I missed the dash. I mean, I could say that Trickster, you could argue Trickster could be better than legend. Like, there are ways to build all of the different mythic paths to be incredibly broken. That's kind of the point, right? But I think that legend has the lowest barrier to entry to give you the greatest amount of power. We can't see anything. Oh, that's true. I don't have Woter. There we go. It's taking 1,000 years to load anyway. You've missed a loading screen, so don't worry about it. Don't care. All right. So yeah, these are my attack bonuses, by the way. First off, I have 8 attacks before haste. Second, you do this. So +5 oversized Dragonbane Long Spear grants its wielder a +2 circumstance bonus to attack and damage rolls while mounted, and it deals an additional 8d6 piercing damage on a successful charge. So you have this. It's a 19 to 20 ×3 crit weapon. Plus you have, I mean, power attack and mythic power attack, by the way, I believe. Yeah. Power attack mythic. So it's being boosted by +5 for every stack of power attack instead of a +2 or +3. Then I got inspirational leader. Probably could have taken something better here. Actually, if I had mythic, was it the shapeshifter one? The one where you get a +4 to all your physical stats if you're shapeshifted? Um, Mythic Charge, maybe. Oh yeah, Mythic Charge. So yeah, like this wasn't even a fully optimized build, right? This was just something that I put together on the fly, kind of. Yeah, super high persuasion. Mobility was crazy good. Athletics was crazy good because we got all of our. So by the way, also, oops, Master Shapeshifter. Yeah. We got this. Add their ranks and athletics skill as a bonus to the damage roll on a successful charge attack. So that's at plus 40 to our damage on every charge. Animal Companion gets a plus 6 to strength. Untyped, by the way. No mythic charge depend on mythic level? Maybe. And by the way, this is only with a plus 4 belt of physical might. This isn't even like a crazy plus 6 or plus 8. Plus incompetence bonus to athletics checks. Deleted your first character saves. Oh no! Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Lich into Legend? Yep. Yep, he was Lich into Legend. Oh yeah, there's also this one. Whenever you kill a blow or you kill somebody, you gain fucking hit points equal to their strength mod. Plus insight bonus on attack and damage rolls. Evasion, devastating will. Lucky braces because I just never took these off. Yeah, I think Master Shapeshifter would probably be the strongest mythic ability to take here. But I wasn't entirely sure what path I was going to take at first. Never seeing that mask before. This mask, I believe. Oh, you need to be Lich to get it. It's in chapter 4. In the slave market. In the slave market, the masked character there, if you kill them, the mask will like talk to you. Yeah. Yeah, the Lich ability allows you to make it like Gendarm for the extra charge damage. I think I was just basic. Oh no, I was Beast Rider. Obviously. Wait, where's my pet? Where's my baby girl? Ah, there we go. Obviously, because I wanted to be able to ride a Triceratops into battle. Duh. Like, this is why I chose to be a Cavalier in my first playthrough. Because the day... So, here's the thing. I actually, up until the night of the launch of the game, I had seen no trailers. I had seen nothing about this game. Intentionally. Now, me and another streamer, Unsung NPC, we did a launch party for this game. Unfortunately, by the time we were done with the launch party, the game had still not yet released. So we had to kind of peered it out at the end because we couldn't actually play. But while I was watching this, that was the first time I'd seen the trailers. It was the first time I'd seen literally anything about this game. I had been completely unspoiled by this game. And we were watching the trailers, and it showed somebody riding a Triceratops. And I was like, that's my fucking character. That is my build. I'm riding a goddamn dinosaur into battle. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. So I ended up being a Beast Rider Cavalier because this is the only one that would allow it. And I didn't really think about the fact that if I were to, say, be a level 1 druid or something, where I could choose whatever animal companion I could, that would then open me up to other Cavalier options. I just didn't think about that. I was like, nope, I'm a Cavalier. I want to ride into battle on a fucking back of a Triceratops. We're gonna fucking do this. Then the name is a combination of Sarah from The Land Before Time and the Heart of Ira. So her name is Syra. But yeah. She's battle hardened? Hell yeah. Like there's so many good, I mean, like there's not really a bad reason to create a character, right? Like I love creating characters. Like, okay, so I have an app on my phone. I don't use it that often anymore. Did we die? Fuck you, internet. Angel stuff. Then I went legend without knowing what it did. Oh no. Oh no. Then I realized it's OP. Yeah, it is very OP. Um well, wonder what was here. Well, all right, guys, just in case you can hear me, I'm not sure if you can or not. I am gonna go. Unfortunately, my internet has been somewhat it has been somewhat unstable tonight. But I think that is specifically OBS. I think that's I'm starting to think that that's an OBS issue because a lot of times nothing else is affected except for OBS. Oh, hey, internet has stabilized again. That one wasn't that bad, but as I said in the chat message that I sent, I didn't really have anything else planned for the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream here and get everything ready so that we can actually be on time tonight for once with the Lord of the Rings watch party. We'll be doing Return of the King extended edition. It will be the finale where I finally can say that I've seen all of the extended editions. Hello, Great Penguin. We're back. We're back for just a second because I am about to go. So yeah, we will be doing that in the Discord server in basically an hour and a half. That gives me time to cook something to eat and get everything set up and everything. And just have a little bit of time to chill. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be it for next week. Actually, there is one more thing to do. There's one more thing to do before we leave. Oh god, what the hell? 1 second. Oh shit. Oh no, what was the name of the thing? There's one thing more that I need to do. I mentioned it on the Discord a couple of days ago. It was I had found a better way to randomize what Pokemon we're going to be doing. And because oh my god, that was from literally yesterday. I'm still scrolling and it's just yesterday. Oh god. I watch a lot of YouTube. That's what I'm finding out. That's what I'm realizing. I watch a lot of fucking YouTube. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Now. Da 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 da. Bam. We got a spin wheel. We got a wheel to spin. Gonna play some Halo 2. You gotta wait. Wait just a moment. We got a thing to figure out. Because while we know what Pokemon we're going to be running on Tuesday, we do not know what Pokemon we're going to be running on Wednesday of next week. We got to figure that out. So, instead of just rolling 1 through 52 or whatever on the random.org, we now have this. We now have this ability right here. And we can just spin and we will let the wheel decide. So, what do we got? No fucking way. All right. On Wednesday, we will be doing Starmie, one of the most overpowered non-legendary Pokemon in Gen 1. Have I done Ghastly yet? I don't know. Actually. Well, actually, I can look that up. Give me one moment. It will be faster for me to just pull up the tracker. Load. Computer, please. There we go. Downloads. We have done the entire Ghastly line. We have done the entire Ghastly line. And like, yeah, so the reason that I like this a whole lot is because there's the option to just remove the Pokemon as we do it. So since we hit Starmie, I was able, there's just a little option in the box that says remove from the list. So I don't have to manually do anything. And it's not going to throw any repeats. That's the really nice thing. It's not going to throw any repeats. So we're going to be using this from now on. Now, there are a couple that will cause other things to happen. What I mean by that is if we roll, so if you notice, where are you at? Right here, we got Wartortle, and then we got Blastoise right here as well. Interesting, because this is randomized, so the fact that they still ended up right next to each other is interesting. If I roll one of the 3 starters, whether it be the 2nd stage or the 3rd stage, because we've already done the baby starters already, I will then do all 3 of the starters of that level. So if I roll Ivysaur, I'll do Ivysaur, Charmeleon, War Turtle. If I roll Blastoise, I will do Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard. Just so that we can, keep those together. I think that's a fun thing to compare them one to one. But yeah. So we got Seaking, 2 water Pokemon actually. Seaking on Tuesday, which I have done Seaking before, but told you made your own Heart Gold ROM hack? Hell yeah, nice. And then Starmie on Wednesday. That's the plan for the next week. But yeah. Everything up to Elite Four, hell yeah. I actually saw, speaking of Pokemon and ROM hacks, I saw a Pokemon Yellow ROM hack that looked to be fairly interesting. It's actually a YouTube video that just talked about it for like 45 minutes. And it was of the guy who made the ROM hack, right? Well, it was one of the guys who made the ROM hack. It was just Pokemon Yellow Legacy, I think it was called. And apparently they had done like an Emerald or a Crystal Legacy as well. I might actually, because it sounds interesting. And I might try playing that as kind of a capstone to my Gen 1 solo runs. It'll be like the last Gen 1 thing that I do on the channel. At least for a while. Yellow Legacy? Yeah. Yellow Legacy. Because a lot of the changes that they made to it sound really interesting. They buffed a lot of characters. Play Crystal Legacy. Yeah. It's the same guys. The one thing that I don't like is they got rid of the poison and bug are super effective against each other thing to balance it a bit, which is unfortunate because I really like that. I really like that interaction, but for a balancing and if they're trying to balance it, then I guess they can deal with it. I really like the idea of things being super effective against one another. All right, so let us. Where's Starmie? Where are you? There you are. All right, so here. This is what the tracker looks like right now. We got Seaking for Tuesday. We got Starmie for Wednesday. Funnily enough, they're like right next to each other. Didn't realize that either. But yeah. That is going to be it for me today, guys. Kind of talked about it already, but next week, Tuesday, we'll be Seaking. Wednesday, we'll be Starmie. Thursday, I will be off. Friday, we will do more speed runs. Saturday, we're going to build Gandalf in Wrath of the Righteous. We're going to build our boy Gandalf in Wrath of the Righteous. That's what we're going to do. All right. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and watching, despite the literal half hour of disconnects at the beginning of the stream. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I appreciate it a ton. And I hope that y'all hop into the Discord in now it'll be about an hour and 20 minutes where we will check out Return of the King, the extended edition. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all have a good evening. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!